Last Shabbat in the Green Sign Sanctuary, we honored our teachers, both past and present, from our Barbara K. Littman Early Learning Center. And it was so cool for me to see not only the teachers who are shaping the education and the life of my daughter, who is now just down the hall at the ELC, but also the teachers who started our school and who taught me 30 years ago. So this week, I've been reflecting on my teachers, and on one in particular who passed away this week 4 years ago, Mr. Barry Gilmore, who taught me at Lausanne, died from cancer at the age of 50, far too young. Some of you may have known Mr. Gilmore from his time at Lausanne, or later on as a teacher and assistant head of school at Hutchinson, but Mr. Gilmore taught me for 11th grade English. Mr. Gilmore loved stories. He loved Chaucer and Dickens and Shakespeare. But the stories he loved the most were us, his students. Of course, he liked the stories we wrote in his class, even if sometimes his red pen made me think otherwise. But even more than the stories we wrote for him, he loved the stories that were within each one of us. The stories we would write over the course of our lives, through our actions, through our relationships, and through our experiences. So while he taught us grammar and usage and plot, what he really taught us was character. He taught us to love learning, to be intellectually honest. He said that not all of us can make straight A's, but that everyone can be kind and compassionate and honest. When it comes to character, Mr. Gilmore wanted us to know that our ability to write comes second to doing what's right. When I reflected on the person that I am, of the story that I am writing with my life, I know that I wouldn't be here today without Mr. Gilmore. And for our graduation, Mr. Gilmore wrote a song for my class, and it is my honor to share part of it with you right now.
May you change, may you grow, may you set the world to spinning, may you dance step by step, may you venture road by road at your journey's end. May you turn back again, but the wisdom and the wonder you let in be your guides back home. If I could, I would invoke the heavens for you now. I'd tell you knowledge, truth, and honor really are what counts. But now you're on your way, you're on your own. You're on to places only you can figure out. And all I can say now, may you live, may you love, like the page is always turning. May you sing, note by note, bar by bar, tone by tone. For every blossom, every spring is a simple, wondrous thing, is a marvel for the story you will bring when you come back home.
I tell you knowledge, truth, and honor really are what counts. So may you live, may you love like the page is always turning. May you sing note by note, bar by bar, tone by tone. For every blossom, every spring is a simple, wondrous thing. It is a marvel for the story you will bring when you come back home. This is the blessing and the advice that Mr. Gilmore left with us to guide us on our journeys. And in this week's parashah, our Torah portion, we find Moses sharing his advice with the Israelites as they prepare for the final leg of their journey, right before they enter the promised land. So what does Moses say that we should do? How should we act once we leave him behind? He teaches, number one, be responsible to your fellow man. Deuteronomy 22, 1 through 3, help to return a lost item or to reunite a lost sheep with its owner. And we should go to great lengths to do so. Number two, be fair in your business dealings. Deuteronomy 25, 13 through 15, don't be deceptive in your weights and measures when you're buying and selling. Be honest in commerce. And finally, be sensitive to animals and to their suffering. Deuteronomy 22, if you see a donkey or an ox that has fallen on the road, help to raise it. Shoo away a mother bird before taking her eggs, in the words of Maimonides, so the mother does not have to see her child be taken. Such sensitivity just for some eggs and a bird. The lesson Moses leaves behind for those who would come after, for our ancestors and for us: be a good neighbor, be honest, be sensitive, be kind. In this final book of Deuteronomy, in which Moses recounts the entire story of the Torah, he shares the lessons he wants to be most remembered. Rabbi Lord Jonathan Sacks, the former chief rabbi of the United Kingdom, reflects on how Moses himself is remembered. He writes, "The greatest leader the Jewish people ever had was Moses, and what fascinates me is the title that we gave him. Moses was a liberator, a lawgiver, a military commander, and a prophet. But we call him none of those things. Instead, we call him Moshe Rabbeinu, Moses, our teacher, because that for us as Jews is the highest honor." Rabbi Sacks continues, "Teachers open our eyes to the world. They give us curiosity and confidence. They teach us to ask questions. They connect us to our past and future. We have lots of heroes today, and they're often celebrities, athletes, supermodels, media personalities. They come, they have their 15 minutes of fame, and they go. But the influence of good teachers stays with us. They are the people who really shape our lives." End quote. So what is the main message and the final lesson these 5 books of Moses, the Torah, is trying to teach us? According to a famous saying of Rabbi Israel Salanter, the founder of the Musar movement, quote, "The Torah came to make a mensch." One of the great rabbis of our day, Rabbi Yitz Greenberg, explains, Salanter insisted that the Torah was not primarily seeking to train people in religious observances, as important as they are, nor was it adequate to learn the vast, diverse corpus of rabbinic sources. Rather, the Torah's stories, commandments, wisdom, instruction, and ways of living, they were all intended to nurture a good human being with reverence for God, for human beings, and for life itself. Like Mr. Gilmore taught us, what you know is important, but the person you are, your character, how you treat people, animals, and the world, that is what matters most. That lesson, that legacy, that story, that love lives on. Mr. Gilmore is missed, but he is not forgotten. As we, this community, each one of us, as we prepare for this new year of 5784, I wish each of you Mr. Gilmore's blessing. May we live, may we love like the page is always turning. May we sing note by note, bar by bar, tone by tone. Kain Yehi Ratzon. Shabbat Shalom.